Stay. Should we alert the masses or just go for it? I think I'm fine. If they pay attention to the notifications, they'll come. But in the meantime, who's sick of the Orbem Studio WordPress plugin? Anybody sick of it yet? Yeah. It's just begun. But we have done some awesome updates. I posted about it on LinkedIn already, but might as well document the updates. So nothing really new here on the global settings. I didn't group them together. I didn't make them any easier. I think I do plan on doing a separated sound section for a lot of sound effects. I also want to add more sound effect sections because right now you can only have sounds for walking or getting points. That's it. No hitting sound effects, which I believe I'm going to add to weapons. That makes the most sense because then each weapon can have its own sound effect. But they're collectible sound effects. I might add those to the items. Breakable sound effects. I might add interaction sound effects for items, which that's actually not a bad idea. Let me add that. Add interaction sound effects. Also, I need to add what was the other one? Weapon sound effects. Right. Cool. There we go. Yeah, that's a good idea. So we'll definitely do that. I was just trying to think, like, do I have any more global sound effects that we need to add? Maybe not. Maybe going through areas. Would you want individual sound effects per area? In case you're going through a door or like a rocket, rocket ship door versus a metal door. I guess, yeah. Area sound effects for going through door. I guess those would be per area. So, yeah, pretty much everything has a sound effect. The minigame could have a sound effect. Getting hurt, that's a global one. Getting injured, sound effect. So that's that I would add that to the global settings, I think, because when you get hit, you need to have like, or like, ouch, and that would be global for your character. Unless I add it to character, would I add a sound effect for getting hurt to your character? Each character is going to sound different when they get hit, huh? Shit. All right, whatever. That's not global. We'll add that to characters. See? Tons of options. I mean, technically I could add walking to characters as well, because everybody can sound differently when they walk. But I could also add walking sound effects to areas, because each area you could sound different. You know, walking could be like a wet sound or a dry sound, sand. All right, I need to chill. It's been the biggest issue right now is reining in, you know, scope explosion. Because even though the plugins out live, and I've reached out to a handful of people to start trying it out to get feedback. I've only really got a couple people giving me feedback so far. Oh, I did that. Whoop. And it was good. But I made the updates, which I'll show you now. So here are the updates. I'll show you on the production site. Or where the fuck? I can never find my own page. Okay, so here's global. We got that. The so now I tried to make it a lot easier for you to know what to do when you get to one of these new posts, right? Because you have area. So if you're going to create a new area level on your map, there are certain things that are required, or otherwise it'll just break, right? So I created this new required logic that highlights the things that are required to publish. So if I did like new area and I tried to publish this, it'll stop me. Can't do it. And then it'll scroll me to that section. So like if I added a an image to this and I publish it now, there's more. It'll scroll me down to the ones that are still there. So it's a big win. It'll help a lot because especially if you're starting to if you just want to figure things out on your own using the descriptions and stuff like that. Hopefully this kind of guides you a little bit more to creating things correctly. Also, as you can tell, I have grouped fields together with like parent labels to make it even easier to understand, like, oh, these kind of go together. Because I had plenty of fields that just like had nothing to do, very specific, like area transition triggers. Cool. So now we know this is creating an area transition trigger. This takes you from one area to another. Not required, but that's where you would add it. Same with, communication is very edge case. This defines the communication type, like the communicate type that goes in this area, which is not self-explanatory. You would have to read the documentation to really understand what communicate is. But, without holding someone's hand fully with like pop-ups and like arrows and being like, this is how you use this. It's not very WordPress, right? If you're a WordPress user, you're used to having fields, you're used to reading and figuring things out, especially for not billion-dollar plugins. This is a free plugin, and if you go over to something like items, for example, you'll see here, items I have a decent amount of required, but then a bunch of stuff that aren't. And these are all things that you don't have to even touch, right? You can just add an item to your site and you're good to go. Select the area, add the coordinates, height and width. Simple. But if you, if you want to add interaction for that, then you can choose the interaction type. So there's different interaction types. And you can add values to the interactions, if it's collectible or breakable or something like that. And then you give it a value type and add interacted image, define if it's passable or disappears or Only someone who's strong can interact with it, that kind of stuff. So these are all additional advanced features. Same with triggers, materializing it with a trigger. I mean, super high powered configuration options here. You can do a lot with an item. Making it draggable, adding a drag destination, like where it's a little image on the site that you have to drag something to. Like that's a game mechanic that can be used in a million ways, right? And when you get there, you can complete a mission. And then triggering a mission, you could do anything. You can go to a new area, you could trigger a cutscene, you can trigger somebody walking to you. I mean, it's endless. The possibilities are endless. But how do I convey that? That's my problem right now. How do I teach the world how to use Orbem Studio unless they're, jumping on stream and asking me questions? I mean, that's going to be the biggest hurdle that I'm running into right now. And I am going to take, a break on doing plugin updates right now, unless a major bug comes out. I'm going to leave what I have so far. I think it is usable enough. The wizard gets you started. And I do have documentation, but I don't want to create tutorials yet. I have been asked a few times now. But if I created tutorials for the plugin in its current state, before people have had a chance to break it and use it and find issues with the UI and basically tell me like, I don't understand what the hell this is, then, they'll be out of date really quickly. And, I don't even know the main thing people need me to teach them. It's all what I think, like there's a lot of complex things in here I could teach you how to do. And I could show you examples from my game, and that's what I plan on doing. But, maybe that's not what you want to know. Maybe everybody wants to know how to create a golfing game where you drag a ball into a giant hole. Like, I don't know. I could, and then, make a tutorial about draggable items that open up windmills. I don't fucking know. Windmills. Anyways, those are the main updates on the plugin. It all works currently. There's still things I could do. I can nitpick the shit out of this. And I have gotten some feedback on a couple things that I'm like, do I spend time figuring something out for that? And I've gotten a lot of, not a lot, but I've gotten some feedback about great feature enhancements. But I have so many new features I want to add to this shit, and it is an endless possibility. That's my problem. So, what we are going to focus on today is getting Orbem.studio made. Now, for those of you who do not know, Orbem.studio is going to be the website that eventually people will be able to create and host their own games. Sort of like a Roblox, except for you can build your game in it, right? So when I eventually finish, or whatever finish means, but when I eventually launch Orbem.studio, it will be an extension of the plugin, basically. You will be able to create the game using the same functionality, but I'll be hosting it for you. So you'll have a little whatever my game is .orbem.studio, and you can send that to your friends and they can play your game. You don't need a website. I take care of that for you. You don't have to worry about hosting or anything like that. You just have a web-based game. That's the goal. And for a subscription fee, you can, build your game, whatever, and host it for as long as you want. And then depending on how big your game is and how giant it is and how many people you plan on doing, if you want to add multiplayer, that kind of, there's upgrades. There's going to be different tiers. But to start, I'll give you a 7-day free trial, build your game, see if you like it. If you don't, kick rocks, jump off, whatever. But I need to start this because right now Orbem.studio goes to my orbemortar.com website. And I mean, it's fine. It goes to a nice landing page, but I need a place to start hosting Orbem Studio stuff, services, premium support, asset packages, things that I want to offer to people that are using the plugin that I don't want to do from orbemortar.com because that's very focused on my book series and my music and all that kind of stuff, my 3D printing products. This is a product of Orbem Mortar, but I don't want Orbem Mortar, to host it, especially since Orbem.studio will be the place where you host your game eventually. So, really comes down to, do I use Cloudways or not? That's what I don't know. I have used it in the past, and I have, I know it's scalable. But it might not be the best price thing in the world. Ordering some Orbers, some Orbems. What up, Sama? I'm just trying to get the best host for Orbem.studio right now. I use flywheels for orbemortar.com. I love it. It's very easy to just push code up and whatever, but it's definitely not going to be scalable. And I don't know anything. Yeah, for hosting Orbem.studio server host. I just don't know what I want to use. I know Cloudways is great. I know it's very scalable, and it's very scalable like right away. And it charges more when you use more, that kind of stuff. It's kind of like an on-demand situation, and it's DigitalOcean, which is very powerful. But I don't know, something better out there. I know there's a lot of options, and I know I've used a lot of managed hosts for WordPress. I just don't exactly know what I want to do because it needs to start off cheap. Because I want to start off, it's going to be a single page landing page, a place that you can, just get some information about Orbem Studio. You're hosting your own test server, but it's mostly for testing small projects, yeah. Yeah, which, luckily, Orbem Studio is a plugin. Anybody can host it on their own website. And that's the cool part. But Orbem.studio will be where people host their video games on my server. So I need it to be able to scale, and I need it to be able... I don't want to go through a whole build of like a massive multi-site project and then like have to switch hosts halfway through. Or like halfway through launch, I have to switch hosts because it just can't handle it. But I also want something cheap because it's not doing anything for me right now. I don't know. Maybe I could just go for it. I was kind of trying to get some insight from my buddy, but he hasn't said yes or no to my Cloudways suggestion. He is the one that suggested Cloudways to me originally, though. And we did use it for a project, so. I'm just gonna get started. I'm not like finished the entire website right now, so let's just get started with Orbem Studio. And why are there 3 different names? That doesn't make sense to me. Can you have free small server? I got one rack worth, not really worth. No, I mean, I can get a free, hey, freehosting.com exists. I can get freehosting.com right now. I used it a couple times. So, I mean, I could get a free host. I just don't want to use them long term, and I don't want to build an entire site on them. I'd rather it, be something where I can scale it on the server itself. but I appreciate it. I'd love if you hosted something. It's awesome. So I guess these are all Orbem Studio. I don't really have what server. Project name is also Orbem Studio. Right? Is it confusing to have them both being Orbem.studio? Maybe. How about project name is Orbem Studio by Orbem Order? That's not confusing. Might be too long. We'll go that. We'll start basic. And location. Isn't New York expensive? I guess we could start in New York. It's closest to me. Yeah, it works. All right. 3-day trial. You don't have to give them any payment information. They just turn your site off after 3 days. I think actually they don't. They like try to like, hey, we're going to give you an extra couple days or whatever, and then whatever. But oh, I probably should have used my buddy's affiliate link. I think I won't tell him. He's gonna know. He's gonna be like, damn it, use my affiliate link. It's fine. Maybe when I pay, maybe I can add the affiliate link when I pay. I don't know. I don't know if that works. Did I mess something up? Oh, I guess I didn't click it. There we go. So I have 3 days free trial of premium. And I think it switches to free. I think that's what it is, actually, now I think about it. All right, well, let's see when Orbem Studio server gets up. Should be good. And then what we're going to do is we're going to set up a multi-site WordPress instance. And this is going to be how I allow people to create video games on, on my server. They'll be creating new multi-site instance and using my plugins that are built into it and my theme and that kind of stuff, whatever. And then, at first they're going to be completely locked out from WordPress. I don't want anybody going to the admin. They're just going to be building games on the front end. And then, I'll have complete front end build systems in place, which won't be too hard. I already have basically it built where you can create anything from the front end. It's going to be more about like how you manage it after that. I need to create a lot of menus for, managing your objects and lists, which would be cool. But yeah, the reason you use a self-host is because I use a management exe on my server. It's quite good, low in security, but not good for, yeah. Yeah, I bet it. Not good for security. That makes sense. Ooh. Sounds good. That's cool though. I want to get a NAS for my own personal use. I really need something to store things that's a lot, I don't know, safer, bigger, and there's like those, I don't know, Ugreen systems that are, auto sync to all your devices where they back everything up. Like, I would like some redundancy because I have a, a normal external hard drive where I put all my game shit, like all of it, like all the videos, all the images, just because I don't want to gum up my computer with all that stuff. So that'd be cool. But I don't know if that's the same as like, it's kind of like a server in that case, right? A NAS. I don't know if you can still host websites on it. Maybe. Let's look it up. Can you host a website on a NAS? Am I saying that right? NAS? Yes, you can host a website on a NAS using its built-in web server features. Oh, nice. Okay. So I guess you just need like to install a web server onto the NAS. But will that make it publicly accessible? Like I get hosting a local site. You use an old PC drive? Oh, okay. Me so broke. Yeah, that makes sense. You just need a bunch of hard drives, right? Oh, there we go. Orbem Studio server has been created. Let's see what we get. All right, that's my public IP. Very cool. I don't know what that means. Managed services. This is where I'm going to get. We got Redis, Varnish. Okay, now where are the WordPress stuff? No, don't need that. I thought, don't you just install it? Because that's already, maybe I already have WordPress running. See, I need to change it to, when you do use a home server, you use an old PC as a host. Ah, while letting mod decide. Oh, that's cool. Add application. Oh, no, so you can add multiple. Okay, got it. Yeah. Oh, no, I need to go to my application. That's what I need to go to. Where's my application? Here we go. Yes, there we go. That's what I was looking for. Now, can I change this to multi-site right now? Because I was worried that I couldn't. How do I... Oh, here we go. WP Manager. Free. No, I need to know how to make this multi-site. DDR4 and RAM, no problem. Manage snag. 16 gig worth of RAM. You're a RAM millionaire. I agree. How do I do this? Application settings? WordPress. Here we go. Yeah, multi-site. Doop. Oh, here we go. This is what I'm talking about. Yep. Subdomain. Now we're talking. Cool. So now we'll have a multi-site. And when you create your own game, it'll be a subdomain of my website, which will be great. And I need to move my host. I need to change the name servers for my domain over here. Well, no, they're going through Cloudflare. So not the name servers. I just need to direct the DNS. Right? Okay, cool. That's on. I don't need any of this. This is fine. So now what is the question? SSL cert? I just need to add a domain. Domain management. So this is my domain right now. I need to add a domain, which is going to be orbem.studio. Cool. This is my alias. For now. Because I got to switch it over. I don't want to switch it yet because people are going to be using Orbem.studio to look up stuff for the plugins. So I'm going to wait till it's a live website, obviously. And you can create a staging environment in a few minutes. That's cool. Probably do that. I don't need to do this live right now. Search for your server. Cool. Instant staging site. You're planning of running a host with 2 laptops that has good specs, just not as good processing. Interesting. I just want to make sure that now the WordPress instance is installed and I can get into the admin and just kind of see what's going on. Then I need to connect the code. So I'm going to create a new Orbem Studio repo, private repo, that will host the all the code. Just don't know if I want to do the entire code or just a theme code. I don't know. I'll figure it out. You're going to see if you could use one for storage and a good one for management processing. Just for yourself, just messing around. Man, you're like the opposite of me. You're always just doing stuff for fun. I couldn't do it. Any sort of effort I put into anything has to be for maybe the option of success and making some sort of money. Otherwise, I just feel like I'm stuck, you know, stuck working for somebody else forever. Okay, so that's the servers. Now the application, we have a staging one being created, which is grand. Wait, what? Why do you have two? Oh, okay. What did I do wrong? There should not be two of these, right? Oh, okay. So it's like a full-on... Got it. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, it's like a full-on application. Can you push to production, though? Or is this just living on its own? No. Oh, wait, deployment via Git. Here we go. Cool. Oh, you can punch your SSH keys. Without this, you need a password. Oh, yeah, that's cool. So I can use this to connect the server to Git. That's cool. I bet they have like a nice integration already. And the settings themselves, yep. We don't need ObjectCache Pro. We got multi-site. I wonder if I can just jump in right now. So let's see. Yeah, that's cool. So it looks like the what'd I do? Yeah, you got a nice secure site. What? I thought I did this right. Let's try again. Nope. It's not letting me log in. Why? It should. Oh, this is the password protection right here. This is different than the website. Got it. Random things, quite funny indeed. The guy almost bricked my Winister site. Not pretty. Seeing a bunch of background flashbang. Yeah, that's not good. Okay, so this is the password protection, which I can turn off. Well, that's good. What the fuck? It's still not working. How do you get in the site? Okay, what's the admin panel? If you migrate your website, then use the previous credentials. No. Let's try the URL itself, not the... Let me try this again. Yeah, let's try this again. Maybe it's just not set up yet. Yeah, it's just not working. Okay. Welp. I guess I can turn password protection off right now. and see if that lets me in. Okay, it did. Good. It's a server used as Windows, but in a site, basically a normal free time site. Cool. I don't know what that means. All right. Let's see if we can get in here. Okay, we're in. All right, so here is the beginning of Orbem Studio. Disable password protection, then in application settings, purge cache. Oh, nice. Thanks, Sinan. Appreciate that. Yeah, I figured. I wanted password protection, but whatever. It's just a staging environment. I'm not going to be doing anything crazy on this yet. I'm definitely getting rid of any fucking plugins. Like, I don't know what these extra caching plugins are. I don't know. We'll see. I'll leave them for now. Purge cache. I always purge my cache. I'm a massive purger. Purgery. Okay. So this is a multi-site instance. So you'll see this is the primary site. This is where Orbem.studio will be. This is going to be my landing page for now. But eventually, I'm going to allow people to create child sites. And so they'll be like, create my game. And then they'll have a blank slate for them to create their own video game and host it on the website. So that'll be cool. Yeah, right now, Flex keys are on sale right now for 0% off. So if you want to get it while the sale lasts, get your Flex keys now. Flexkeys.shop. Flex keys is funding Orbem.studio, so please buy some. Hey, speaking of funding Orbem.studio, we also have a brand new product. Or if you go to Orbem.shop, you'll see now we offer pretty sick sticker. I will be buying a few of these and put it on the back of my car, apparently. I don't know, these are kind of like default photos, but yeah, comes in 2, 4, and 6 inch. And, you know, it's clear, so it looks cool. It'll be good for your computers. Grab them while supplies last. Beg the creator for a custom code to reduce it to, oh yeah. You can beg me. I might give you a little sale. So we have this. We'll go to the network admin. Thanks. And now I can, you know, I'll create custom functionality that'll let people add a new site. So boop, they'll add a site. They'll tell me their game name, which will be their subdirectory name, and their title, and their email. And that's all it'll take, basically. And a password. And then from that point forward, I will assign that user as a super admin. No, I won't. Yes. No, not super admin. As an admin on that website. Only that one. So it's really a built-in system that WordPress multi-site has. It's perfect for what I'm trying to do for hosting the Orbem Studio game engine. But yeah, game engine's coming out really well. The plugin is, you know, being tested by people. Hopefully more to come. Sama, start testing this thing, dude. What are you thinking? Get on it. Where's your game, Sama? And yeah, anybody else watching, get the plugin. Right here, Orbem Studio. Start building a game on WordPress. If you're not building video games on WordPress, you're not using WordPress properly. That's basically the rules. So get on it. Start making cool RPG games like this. And, you know, with sweet dev modes and cutscenes and missions and explainers. Get on it. I just had to show high field logic, so that's good. All right, where were we? So yeah, I'm not going to create a site right now, but hey, C Films, how's it going? I'm doing all right. Just getting started on Orbem.studio, the website. Need to start putting things there, so I need to get it built. Good news, I don't know how to use it. My operating system is custom made. Peter Grin Linux. That makes sense. I'm glad you're doing great. How's McFly going? Your language? Doing all right? So I'm gonna have to create a new theme. Ooh. Yeah, I was thinking about just copying Miropelia, the one I'm using for orbemortar.com. We'll see. I might use it as a starter theme and just ditch all the styling. I have to remember actually. Did I? Let's go to Orb Mortar. Let's go to the theme. Did I use a starter template for this? I don't think I did. No, this one I built from scratch. So yeah, this should be pretty bare bones enough. I think it's a good idea to use Miropelia as a start. Ooh, sweet, you updated README? Hell yeah. Great Scott! Yeah, and if you're interested in Great Scott plugins.com. Oh no, what happened to the database? Did we take the site down? I actually, we did have a greatscottplugins.com website. I don't know what happened. Maybe we stopped paying for it? It's me and my buddy Scott Weaver making plugins. Is Cram live still? Oh, it looks like everything's dead. Must have stopped paying for hosting or something. Tech. Interesting. Update the studio though. Last time I kept shutting me off randomly. I think it's on my end, but yeah, I've made a few updates on the plugin since it got launched. So it's at 1.0.4 now, 4 iterations, and yeah, I don't know what happened. The site's dead. It's fine. Hopefully I'm not paying for it anymore though. McFly has round and mode now. Ooh, cool. I'm sure those are very helpful functions. Yeah, so I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to put Miropelia here and rename it. And I'm just going to ditch all the style sheets, or like all the styling in the style sheets and all the JavaScript, because that has very specific styling. And then I'm going to start from scratch on the look of the website. Now, the studio link? Oh, it's WordPress. Just go to, I mean, if you have a WordPress site, it's in the directory. But yeah, just right here. WordPress.org/plugins/Orbem-studio. That is where you can get the Orbem Studio and start building games on your WordPress website now. I just created a new one too recently. Let's see. Continue. Aha. You see it's broken because I got rid of all the images. Dev mode. I'm gonna build a wall. Now I can't go to this wall. It's that easy, guys. You can build a game just like this. And look, I can even check where the coordinates are. Now I know exactly where that is. I can turn God mode on so I can go through walls and no touch. Check it out. Oh, it didn't work. Why didn't that work? Maybe I broke something. Or maybe I ran out of space. Yeah, it actually let me through like halfway. Interesting. Oh, I ran out of map. Here, let's put it down here. And you can drag items on the map. Yeah, see, look, I can go through it now. Yeah. Cool beans. And turn dev mode off, and now you can't see it. Yeah, it works. Do you really need a WordPress site? So how long have you been coming to this stream? I mean, I know you talk about stuff you're doing a lot. Maybe you're not, maybe just not paying attention at all. What have I been building for the past 4 years? I've been building the world's first WordPress-based game engine. I literally have been building this plugin for at least the last 2 years. Use your own sites. It's not hard to get a WordPress site. Nah, don't worry about it. If you don't use WordPress, there's no reason for you to try it out. Your feedback will be more helpful when Orbem.studio is live, which doesn't use WordPress. You can just host your own game there. That'll be a lot more fun for people to try out. Nonsense. Yeah, I know. I can't blame you. My streams are hard to follow. Anyways, what are they doing? Yeah, deciding what to do with the theme. So let's go ahead and create a new repo for Orbem Studio, the website. And by the way, this Orbem.studio, this is a public repo now. So you are free to jump in here, extend it, grab it, whatever you guys want to do. You can even fork it, make your own. But in the meantime, oh, you know our WordPress. See, Films is paying attention. So now under Storebloom, we need to create a new repo. And this repo limitations are best. I can still limit my site to work like WordPress if I need the audacity. Yeah, WordPress. Actually, do I make the repo? Yeah, I need to make the repo. And then I'm going to generate the SSH keys and connect it, I think. Right? How does that work, actually? Because I want... Wait, what happened to the... Get me out of here. Oh. Never mind. This is what I was trying to get to. So the Git deployment. So support Git over SSH. SSH key identifies your server without a need for password. You will need to generate and download SSH key files, or easy, just click the button below. Okay, yeah. So I'll generate a key. Is the okay, so the remote address is the repo, so I do need to create the repo first. Cool. And what am I creating though? I think I'm creating the entire site. And then the theme will be inside of it. And I'll do what I did with Orbem Order. I created another repo just for the theme. That way I can manage it, version control the theme separately. Yes. All right, so this is going to be, well, this can't be Orbem Studio because that's already a repo. So this is going to have to be Orbem Can I do Orbem.studio? Oh, cool. You can do repos with periods in them. Even better. The Orbem.studio website. We'll make this private for now. On you psychos jumping into my repo for now. Is Orbem the game supposed to be modified using the inspect element to manage the most damage on the characters? Yes. Yes. For those who want to have a lot of fun and are privy to HTML and JavaScript, yes, you can extend Escape to Orbem, the video game, and give yourself endless health and power. You can make the weapon strength like 1,000,000, and every time you hit something it explodes. Yeah, I do that when I'm trying to cheat, so I highly suggest you do it. It's a lot of fun, especially when I get to the boss at the end. I'm like, I can't, like, I don't have time to try to beat you because he's not like the easiest, so I just go to his health and I put it to 2, and then one hit kills him. The fun of HTML. Highly suggest you do that. Okay, we don't need to read me. Blah 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 blah. Create. All right, so here's our repo. Let's switch to SSH. Cool. And now let's go here. Go here. Authenticate. Uh-oh. Oh, I need the SSH keys first. Hold on. Taking this off screen. Let's copy that. Let's go into the repo. Nope. Let's go into the repo. I need to go to SSH. I think this is deploy key is what I'm supposed to be doing. Hold on, let me take this off screen as well. Okay, and this is Cloudways. We're going to use passkey. Ding dong, bing bong. POV the host creator, where they get millions of health. Yes. 100%, I agree with you. Okay, so that's good. Let's see if it worked now. Oh, now it's not what I meant to do. I need to go back to the code. Let me go to the code. Proper code. Alright. Ramp. Ramp. You managed to swipe every image asset in archive. Nice. Wait, did that work? Okay, it worked. Cool. Now we don't have a branch yet. I guess I'll have to create one. Okay, let me actually... let me install this myself now. Set up in desktop. Okay, and let's change this to local site. Orbem.studio. I'm so cool that I can do that. Okay. Nope. Yep. Clone. Okay, so we have a main branch. Oh. Do I need to do something? I guess I need to do something to get a main branch. Summoning the code. Let's close something. We'll close. No, I need a mortar. Let's close Pro for now. We are not touching that for a while. And let's open a new one. And that's going to be Orbem.studio. New window. Okay, cool. And now basically I'm just going to create a quick README. All right. We'll add that and we'll push it. Initial push. Oh shit. Initial push. Oh, I guess I could put something in there. Orbem.studio for life. Awesome. And it has been published. Okay, so now we'll take the main branch. Oh, fetch. Main. Okay. Start deployment. Wait, am I launching my code or is it giving me its code? Where I collected every site's assets for later usage and looking and making a mix of image and aesthetic for a while. That's a lot of stuff. Why would you do that? I think I'm publishing. Oh, wait. To deploy the code. Wait, hold on. Once you have a public key, so you know, this will pull the branches, blah, 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 by default. To deploy the code, click blah, blah, you are done. From now onwards, you can simply pull your latest changes whenever you want. Okay, so this is going to take the site down. I think, because there's no code in it. Cool. Clone the repo. I thought it was going to like push the code for the website down, and then from that point forward. Maybe I'm crazy. Let me see. Fetch. No. Looks like I'm gonna have to push everything up myself. I don't know how that's gonna work. I know. Let's see if it took the site down. No, it didn't. So the site still, well, maybe it's cached. Let me purge. Let us purge. 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 Okay. We be purging. You're a worm of thought and mind. Huh. I believe it. So you're like the Wayback Machine? Is that what you are? Oh shit. Okay, now let's see if the site's down. No. Okay. Let me check the repo. Because the repo, all it has is the README. It says it's connected. Yeah. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Is it really connected to this or not? I'm confused. Because it acted like it was. Deploy via Git. Oh, view deployment logs. Let's see what it did. Success. Okay. Yeah, I don't really know what the fuck is going on. I'd like access to the code to this site. Copy data from staging to live. Oh, that's cool. That's good to know. And it gives you logs. Very cool. I like that. Yeah, what am I missing here? Deployment via Git. So now my guess is if I push something right now, you can simply pull your latest changes whenever you want. The latest changes. But I need the code to start. So I need this code. That's what I'm confused about. Because if I... Yeah. So I need to pull first. Which... I can't. Need help? Let's see what the details say about this. Blah, 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 deploy code, validate deployment. Log in, do that, do that, do that, get that, do that, do that. Uh-huh. Okay. They are specific to my development environment. Get practice in this. We do not provide this feature. I don't know what that means. What happens to the existing files in the deployment folder when I run deployment? Deployment does not delete any existing files present on the deployment folder, but not under the source repository. Wait, what? You have these files in the deployment folder, blah, 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 blah. Git pull brings changes to those. Can I apply to a specific folder within that? Can I still use SFTP? How does restart process affect any restore? How does it remove Git integration? Can I automate Git deployments? So I guess you can automate it with like a Git action. Quickly to the YouTube guide. I know. I'm just a little confused on how you get the initial code from the site into the repo. I guess I could do like a backup and like take the files and just add them to the repo. But like, will that do anything? I don't know. I mean, there's one way to find out. Let's take a backup. If, of course, I can download the backup. And I wonder if this is different in the production version. Like, maybe you have more options. I don't know. Okay. So I took a backup. Can I download it? Okay, so I can't. There was no reason to do that. How do I get the code to use, to update the code? You know what? I know they have a WordPress plugin to migrate. Cloudways has a plugin to migrate. So I know that, but I just want the starting code. And there's no place to like just download it. I guess I could do it through FTP. It's kind of annoying when I just want to download it. Background restore didn't do anything. This didn't do anything. It's taking code from the repo, and I don't have any code to make the changes. Thank you. Keep spouting nonsense till then. And deployment goes to here. Yeah, I think I need to get into SFTP. That's the only way to do it. So, knowing that, I need to add a new user. Okay, Ammonian. Let's do this. Okay. Cool. And then now I have access to SFTP, supposedly. Do I have FileZilla on this shit? I guess I don't have any FTP systems. I never have to use them. Annoying. Well, let's grab one. Ooh, server. What? Client. Wait, what's the difference? I'm confused. Server. What is server used for? And what's client used for? Am I stupid? I don't know. I guess I'll just use client. Free. Cool. Trying to figure out start code. Yeah, I'm not doing a great job. This is what happens when I don't have any backup for anything that has to do with hosting, server. I just have to fucking like muscle it. Alright, I guess this will work. So let's go through here. I do have access to SSH key, so I can do that. Let's add a new one. New site. It's going to be Orbem Studio Stage. Cool. And we're going to do SFTP. The host. What's the FTP host? Let me double check this SSH key. Oh, I don't have one. Cool. That doesn't help me. Yeah, it would help if I knew the host. And then we need, I know the username and password. I need the host. Is this the host? No, that's just the website. What's the host? Is it the IP? Oh, I guess so. Okay. That'll work. Let's give that a shot. Oh. Well, looky there. We did it. Okay. So now I have access to this code. This is the code that will be allow. Okay. So this is a code that will be living in Orbem Studio. So let's do this. Overwrite README. Okay. Oh, did the README get there? Maybe. We'll see if it's the same README. By God, we did it. All right. Oh yeah. Okay, so my code did push because a README got to the website. Cool. All right. Well, we're doing something right. Okay. Well, this all should already exist, so I'm just going to push it up in the repo. Yeah. Semantic personal publishing platform. Yeah, we'll go ahead and push this. Initial website code. Cool. Oh my God, it's still going. I guess I should have waited. My bad. I have like a hair on my goddamn face. Come on, people. We got this. It's a lot of files. It's probably a bunch of fucking node modules and shit. So now what's going to happen, I'm going to add the starter theme. I'm going to push it up and it should show up as an option. And that'll get us going to getting shit going. Though I need to enable, well, because multi-site's already enabled now. I need to make sure the theme is compatible. So I'm going to remove everything, all the code. It's going to be a blank slate. We're going to start fresh. The legend says he forgot to enable his setup button next to the non-existent code button. Yeah, my problem is I am not a designer. Orbemortar.com is very ugly. I mean, to me, it's ugly. It's minimalist, which is all I can do because I'm not like a super fucking... Like I can use any tool, right? Like Photoshop, Illustrator. I can even, use Figma if I need to. And like I could build any design, but coming up with the designs for the websites themselves, I'm not great. So I'm gonna need to try really hard to not make Orbem.studio look janky, because it's gonna have to be a consumer-facing website that's needs to be usable. I mean, I'm gonna have to look up some examples of cool apps. You know who's really good at coming up with like rando apps like that is my buddy Scott Weaver. He made yoinktube.com, and this came out really cool. I mean, I know he's using like the latest and greatest technologies, and I think he's just utilizing like not TypeScript, Tailwind, and a bunch of like of those components. But it's slick and it makes you want to use it, right? How it works. And he's got the payment system with Stripe built in already, and the login system, which I am already a member. And where's my history? Okay, see, and it keeps your history. So this is all like very usable, right? So I need to make sure that Orbem Studio is clean like this and usable and like mobile friendly, that kind of shit. I mean, this is technically simple. Oh, light mode is so rough. It's technically simple, but like it's really user friendly. That's what I want. All right, come on, FileZilla, you done? All right, thank you. Fuck. Push the rest of the website files. Okay. Okay, so this is all good to go. And now I want to grab from Orbem order WordPress game engine, will it be drag and drop? Good question. You can drag. And hey, you could try it out yourself right now, the code guy. Check it out. Live, ready for you to use. Check it out, Orbem Studio. There are, on the front end, you can move items around when you're in dev mode. But to build the game is not drag and drop. So, you know, it is WordPress. So you see here, you have global options. If you want to create, you know, a new character, you go to the character post type and you go ahead and, you know, add feature image for cutscenes, and then all these defined areas here. You got the area they're going to be on, you know, height and width. You have all their images that are needed for them to, you know, walk around and do things. And yeah, it's very field-based. I've tried to make it really easy to understand, as easy as possible for how complex the game engine is, but yeah. And you can see an example of a game that's using it right now at Orbem.games. So this is the game I built using the game engine. And
you think you can just take my technology from me?
You have cutscenes with voiceovers.
You're no god.
You have background music. This is the boss fight. I shouldn't have continued. He's gonna kill me. Oh god. Now he's in fucking force field mode. Okay, I'm just gonna die. Anyways. Yeah, and in dev mode you have access to level selector, you have access to, you know, actually deving things.
Thank you, sir.
What I usually do for decorating, you use 3D models tuned into images. Nice. Looks pretty retro. I agree.
Hello, Mr. Milford.
Hello, Mr. Milford.
Ahem.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can I help you? Oh.
Yeah, anyways. Game engine. Live. Use it. Tell me how you know, feel about it. Give me feedback. I'm looking for people to install it and try it out. If you're interested in being one of the, you know, the first pioneers of building WordPress-based video games, I highly suggest trying it out. That being said, I am now working on stage 2, which is Orbem.studio, where you can host a game with me and build it completely, you know, without even having WordPress. But yeah, WordPress this is going to be the best way for me to understand what people use, how they like it, what features they want, pain points, that kind of stuff, to make it even better when it's hosted on my site. Let me remute this. Actually, I can just close this. But yeah, thanks for jumping on. Appreciate it. Back to what I was doing. Oh, yeah. So I need Orbem order. I need Miropelia. I'm copying you. Sorry, I'm copying you, bro. Copying your homework. And we'll jump into the themes, and we'll add this one. Cool. And then we'll pare it down, and we'll, you know, we'll make it blank and see if we can get this live. And my main goal with Orbem.studio right now is going to be a landing page, basically like what I have right now. If you go to Orbem.studio. So if you go here right now, it'll take you to this landing page on orbemortar.com. And, you know, I link to documentation, which I want to host there as well, and to the plugin, and yeah. Order in the court. Orbem has been charged with theft by tomatoes. Theft by tomatoes? What does that mean? I use tomatoes to steal things? Maybe. You already have the studio open on WordPress? Ooh, look at you. Fucking killing it, Sama. I want you to build the weirdest game possible. And I want to use it as an example of what not to do. No, I'm just kidding. Of what you should do 100%. And I need your honest feedback. Because I need to know why nobody wants to use it. I need to know why somebody would give up on using it. Beyond it being very complex and like, why do I want a video game on WordPress? Yes. They're not limited. I am the one who knocks. Fantastic. I look forward to what you do. Please post it in the Discord. Yeah, okay. Did you finish? Oh my god. Maybe I should have deleted the node modules or something. Yeah, so I think for now I'll leave the site code alone. And I won't make a separate repo. Yeah, what game should you make? You know, I want you to make a game that isn't like my game, like just like a walk around fantasy RPG. Because even though that's like what a lot of the mechanics were built for, you're creative. I know you could probably figure out different things to do with a character that moves around and can trigger cutscenes and trigger pop-ups and triggers, you know, items and stuff like that. So, I don't know. Maybe it could even just be a weird shape, you know? You could just have like weird pixel, you know, 1999 shapes. I don't know. Originally, I was immediately thinking of Vector Man or whatever. Vector Man game. Yeah, Vector Man. I was thinking about something like this. A rhythm game. Well, I don't know. If you could figure out how to build a rhythm game, yeah. I look forward to any creativity because I haven't thought about building any other game but mine. I mean, I always, in my mind, I come up with like new things all the time that you could use it for. But yeah, I haven't even thought about like just different types of game. Like even like simple one-pagers where all you have to do is, you know, go through a maze, right? Because you could just build a maze and like make it a maze game where you collect things and have to fight things. Because yeah, I mean, you could build a dungeon. I mean, it's not really like my game. It's more like you could build Doom. Can you play Doom on it? Build Doom so I could say I can play Doom on it. CRT visual game. Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be sick. You just need to you need some good walking animations and really good NPCs, wandering NPCs, and great like items, really like CRT style items that you collect. Hell yeah. Exciting. How we doing? Still going. Due to copyright. Perfect. And yeah, I mean, you can explore how you can play with music and how it changes from area to area. You can mess around with how you can, you know, with the voiceovers of the characters when they talk. Yeah, there's a lot of cool things you could do with the systems in hand. You know, even just the items and the cutscenes, missions, and that kind of stuff. There's a lot of things you can do. The draggable systems. I have a feeling it's going to take a long time. And this isn't very fun anyway, so... Hey! I'm going to get some sleep. I've been a pretty horrible person lately, and I think it's because I haven't been sleeping. So I've got an anniversary coming up this weekend, so I'm gonna go get a little bit of sleep, and I'm going to let this copy, and I'll definitely have a landing page tomorrow. I'll get that working off stream, and then probably Wednesday might be able to jump on again and show you the update, and hopefully have some more feedback on the plugin and rock and roll. Thank you, Sama. Yep, 14 years and counting. So the code guy, thanks so much for jumping on. Glad you had a question about it. C Films, always a pleasure, my friend. Good luck with McFly. I will check out your new docs very soon. Sama, thank you for jumping on, my friend. I always love hanging out and reading your nonsense sprinkled in with good stuff. It's a lot of fun. Shit. And who else was on here? Sinan, thanks for jumping on, giving me a suggestion about purging and stuff on Cloudways. I love people jumping in and giving me a little help, because I need it. And yeah, that's about it. I think that's everybody. So thank you so much. Have an amazing night, day, evening, and I will catch you in the next one. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.